sound speeds. And ever since I did my review of the Bubblebee Sidekick, I have received 2 messages about them, over and over again. So I thought before I continue to receive more of the same question, I would go ahead and address both of them in another video. The first question has to do with the durability of the Sidekick. In my review, you saw me test and try to tear the Kevlar-coated cable on the Sidekick, and I was unsuccessful at destroying it. But the question I received was, can it be destroyed? So I decided to go to work and ask the grip department, which is widely known as being one of the strongest departments, if not the strongest department, that you will have on a film set. And I asked 2 grips, the first that I came in contact with, who is the strongest grip in the department? They both pointed me in the direction of the same guy. So I started by asking him if he could break them.
All right, we're gonna try and rip this. See, it's hard to get a grip. It doesn't want to catch on anything. It's more likely to cut my fingers like a pipe cutter than it is gonna break. It's pretty durable.
Now, I'm not one to give up quite as easily as that, so I decided to wander through set and ask multiple guys if they would like to try to tear those headphones. And eventually, I found one that was very systematic about his approach. He looked at it, analyzed the cable, found a weak point, and then put all of his pressure into one big snap. We have a strong greensman here that's about to try and tear apart this Sidekick cable. Go for it, whenever you're ready.
Oops. Greens life!
And after succeeding where many other had failed, he proudly exclaimed, "It took a Bosnian to destroy it." As you saw in my review, the Sidekick is both rugged and durable, and because the micro drivers are located at the very end of the Sidekick's cable, believe it or not, for $75, you can repair these $350 IEMs. And all you have to do in order to fix it is go over here, grab and pull both of the little ear tips out, and then apply them to the end of the Sidekick cable. Believe it or not, in a matter of seconds, you will have a working Sidekick cable. Now, pardon me for the delay here in trying to piece it together. It is so small in my hands, I'm having a hard time having the hand agility to do so. But you're watching me repair it right now, and in only a matter of seconds, I have been able to fully repair this Sidekick, almost, and get it back to fully working order. There we go. So there it is, fully recovered and back to factory specs, but I do want to point out one thing real quick. Bubblebee did not ask me to do this follow-up. As a matter of fact, they didn't even know I was going to be doing this, but following my review, they saw my stress test of the cable and wanted it to be working because they saw how impressed I was with the build. So they sent me this cable as well to do the full repair. You've already seen me praise the Sidekick in my review, and if you have not yet watched that video, check it out right there. But that leads me to the second message I've been receiving about the Sidekick, and that is, how does it compare to the Ear Hero? I mean, is it the Ear Hero and the Sidekick basically the same thing? Well, I'll be honest with you. When I first heard about the Sidekick, I said the exact same thing. And when I asked Bubblebee about that, they said,
"No, they're different, you'll see."
They were right. The Ear Hero, at first glance, does look a lot like the Sidekick, but the build quality does not feel nearly as strong. It does look like the cable is reinforced, but I'll tell you this, you're not going to see me pulling on this because if you happen to pull on it just a little bit, it feels very different than it does on the Sidekick. And not only that, the way it fits in your ear is totally different. The Ear Hero's drivers are quite a bit bigger than those on the Sidekick. And while that does not seem like it would be a big deal, when you put them inside your ear canal, you forget about the ones on the Sidekick and you don't necessarily forget about the ones on the Ear Hero, because the Ear Hero fills up your ear canal much more and is nowhere near as comfortable. Not to mention the fact that it's heavier and you definitely feel them in your ears quite a bit more. I bought this pair of Ear Heroes about 6 or 7 years ago from the company itself. And what I will add is that they were designed by an audiologist who wanted to make a safe alternative to headphones for people that do sports or jog, for example. That way you could hear through your ear canal and hear the outside world while still listening to your music. They were not, however, designed by a sound company with sound in mind. And for that reason, they do sound good, but they don't sound great like the Sidekick does. So there you go, 2 messages answered following my review of the Bubblebee Sidekick. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Sound Speech. Be sure to tune in the future for more follow-ups, more tests, and sound advice. Have a question you'd like answered or want to add something? Be sure to write it in the comment section down below. You can also make a suggestion for future topics of discussion. Again, comment section down below, or you can email me at soundspeeds@yahoo.com. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on future sound advice.